Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn about narrative text. Before I continue to explain about what narrative texts are, I would like to say that in this video, I'm going to talk in English and in Indonesian because I'm sure that not all of the students will understand what I am saying as a whole. And it is a must for me to talk in English because I want you to learn to listen to someone talking in English so that your ability will be improved. Okay, so our material for today is narrative text. So what you have in mind when you hear narrative text? I'm sure it's not really a difficult lesson for senior high school students because they have learned it when they were in junior high school, wasn't they? Okay, let's go on to the definition of the narrative text. In this case, I have tried to explain it as easy as I can so that you all understand it easily. So here, a narrative text is an imaginative text that tells about a fictive story. So remember, when you read or you write about narrative text, it's only imaginative text, imagination. Imagination means it is only fictive, unreal. It's not really happen in the real life. Oke, jadi narrative text itu hanyalah cerita yang imajinasi atau biasa kita sebut dengan dongeng. So, in narrative text, it is divided into some kinds. Ada beberapa jenis. The first is folktale, second fable, the third legend, and the fourth is myth. Well, all of those terms are actually not really new for us because we have learned it too in bahasa Indonesia. Jadi ada folktale, ada fabel, legenda, dan juga mitos. Okay, all of these terms we are going to talk it deeply later in the next video. First, the purpose of narrative text. Everyone, when you learn about a particular text, it means that you have to understand your aim, your goal, your purpose why you learn that text. Jadi kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia, purpose di sini adalah tujuan atau fungsi sosialnya. Jadi apa sih tujuan ketika kita belajar teks naratif? To entertain or amuse readers about this story. Jadi yang nggak paham entertain itu apa? Entertain adalah untuk menghibur. So these words entertain and amuse, they have the same meaning, yaitu menghibur. Next, the structure of narrative text. Structure is like the paragraph in the text. Jadi susunan-susunan paragrafnya. Ada aturannya, tidak boleh asal menulis. Ada runtutan-runtutannya. The first is orientation. Orientation is usually in the first paragraph. So, it will tell about the characters or who are people involved in the story. The person, like that. And after that, it will tell about the setting of time. When did the story happen? Kapan sih cerita ini? And then, the setting of place. Where? Di mana ini ceritanya? In the jungle? In the park? At home? Or where? The next is complication. Complication here is the problem of the story. The conflict, masalahnya. Jadi masalahnya itu ada dimulai di paragraf kedua biasanya, in the second paragraph. The next is resolution. Well, resolution means the problem solving. Jadi masalahnya mulai selesai, mulai klimaks, mulai turun. Nah, jadi ini adalah resolution. The last is coda. Coda will tell about the moral value of the story. So after we write the story, what is actually things that we can learn. So it is called as coda. Jadi coda adalah pesan moral. Of course, setelah kita membaca teks, kita harus bisa tahu bahwa teks ini tuh bermanfaat. Nah, manfaatnya adalah biasanya akan memberikan kita sebuah pesan moral. Okay, you can find here coda is optional. Optional means it is sometimes written in the text or it is sometimes not written in the text. Jadi hukumnya sunnah untuk menulis coda. Boleh ada, boleh tidak. Next is the language feature of narrative text. Bahasa yang digunakan di narrative text. Jadi tidak boleh asal menggunakan sesuatu yang kita mau, tapi we have rule. Kita punya aturan. We have rule. Okay. The first, using simple past tense. Simple past, it means that we have to use the past form atau verb 2. The examples are ate, walked. I ate in the kitchen yesterday. The rabbit walked in the jungle a week ago. Next, using particular adverb of time. Adverb of time adalah keterangan waktu. So, this is mostly the adverb of time that we can find when we read narrative text. So, if you find one of these words in a text, it means that the text is a narrative. For example, once upon a time, long time ago, one day, and so on and so forth. The next, narrative text using direct or indirect speech. In Indonesia, we call it as kalimat langsung dan kalimat tidak langsung. And I have given the example for direct speech atau kalimat langsung. The mouse said, I was hungry. Tikus berkata, saya lapar. Nah, so the characteristic of indirect speech using quotation mark. Okay, jadi ciri-ciri dari kalimat langsung itu biasanya ada tanda petiknya. And the second example is indirect speech or kalimat tidak langsung. The mouse said that he was hungry. Okay, so this part is about the example of narrative text. Let's try to read it together and find the correct pronunciation. The Magic Mirror. Once, there was a king of Granada Kingdom who decided to get married. To find a worthy woman, court barber told an idea to the king. I have a magic mirror. If any woman who is not kind looks into that mirror, there will many spots on mirror surface. Soon, the news was announced to all people in his kingdom. almost all women wanted to be Queen of Granada. However, there was no woman coming to have a look into that mirror. Days and weeks went by. King was no closer to get his queen. Then Barber told King that there was a brave shepherdess on a mountainside. King asked him to invite the shepherdess to his palace. Also, the royal hall was full of ladies as well as knights. King told the shepherdess to look into the mirror. Shepherdess answered that everyone made mistakes. However, she wasn't afraid to look into the mirror. Many ladies surrounded her and found that it wasn't a magic mirror. Those ladies complained and felt being trapped. Finally, King stated that there was no trick. King wanted to find a bride who was confident about her character like that shepherdess. Okay everyone, after we have read the story of the magic mirror, now let's try to identify its generic structure. Well, the first paragraph, it is orientation. Why it is orientation? Because it has answered the requirement for the characteristic of the orientation, that is to answer the question who are involved in the story, the person, like that. So here we can find there is a king, and then court barber, women, and finally it's also mentioned the time. When did the story happen? So the story happened once at the first sentence. Once, suatu hari. The next, it also answers the place where. So the story in here happened in Granada Kingdom. Okay, so it's clear that the first paragraph is orientation. Next, the second, the third, and the fourth paragraph is complication. So the complication has more than one paragraph and it's okay in the story. If you remember, when we read the text, the conflict or the problem began when the king announced to all people in his kingdom for the women that want to be the Queen of Granada. However, no one coming because they are afraid of the mirror. They afraid what if their characters, their real characters is in the mirror. So they afraid. And the next, the last paragraph, of course, this is the resolution. Okay, so this is the problem solving. Masalahnya sudah selesai. Si raja sudah menemukan calon istrinya, and the king stated that there was no trick. Ternyata tidak ada trik sama sekali. Oh, jadi raja, the king wanted to find a bride who was confident about her character. Jadi sebenarnya tujuannya adalah untuk menemukan para gadis-gadis yang pede, percaya diri dengan karakternya. Okay, this is a very good story for us. So, what is actually the moral value that we can take from the story of the magic mirror? So, I think the moral value is that we have to be the confident girls. We have to be the confident women. No matter what our characters are, This is our self. This is our identity. So we cannot be side of that. We have to be confident. Okay, next. Well, so our focus in this video is to learn about narrative text, only the folk tale. So in the next video, we are going to talk about legend, fable, and myth. So let's understand it deeply. Well, folktale. It is a traditional story that people of a particular region or group repeat among themselves. So this is actually the story in which people told the story to generation from generation. Jadi gampangnya, folktale itu adalah cerita rakyat yang biasanya diceritakan turun-temurun dari orang tua ke anak, anak ke anaknya lagi, and so on and so forth. So in every countries in the world, they will have the different folktale. Let's take the example in Indonesia. Well, so I'm sure that you have familiar with this story, bawang merah dan bawang putih. So this is folktale. And next, Timun Mas. And now let's take the story from other countries. Their folktale here is Cinderella. I'm sure you like it very much when you were in a kid. And the next here, can you guess? Yes, this is Snow White story. So all of them are the example of folktale. Well, so now it's your duty, everyone. So your first duty, you have to read again the story of the magic mirror and record your voice. Make sure that you try to pronounce the words correctly, find the correct vocabularies in the dictionary, and then after you have record your voice, your beautiful voice, name your file, the magic mirror, underscore your name, and underscore your class. For example, the magic mirror underscore Ainaya underscore 10 science 6. Next, the second duty, you have to open the following link and you will watch video. After that, you have to answer some questions. Number 1, what is the story about? Number 2, what is the purpose of the story in the video? Number 3, mention all characters of the story you have watched. Number 4, where did the story take place? Number 5, when did the story happen? Number 6, what is the moral value of the story? And do your work in Microsoft Word and submit it to me not more than 12 p.m. today. Good luck and enjoy. Thanks.